Hey everyone, Grant K for the Flame Learning channel. In this video, we're going to have a look at the new grouping and organizational tool available in the batch node compositing environment. This is known as the compass, and it's available in Batch, BatchFX, and the Modular Keyer in the Flame 2017 Extension 1 products. In order to follow along with this video, you can click the link in the YouTube description to download the batch setup. Alternatively, you can use any of your own flow graphs to follow along. We'll be focusing on the actual batch schematic, so the result of the flow graph is not relevant for this video. Go ahead and load the batch setup through the Load Setup menu. Now, as you build composites in batch, you typically start off with a few nodes, and gradually the node flow graph grows larger and more complex. Because of this, it has become necessary to add some tools to help you better organize the look of the flow graph. It doesn't matter if you're working solo on a project or if you're working in a collaborative environment with multiple Flame products, the compass will become a big part of your workflow. In order to add a compass to the batch schematic, we have provided a few quick and easy methods. The first and most obvious one is to find the compass node in the batch node bin. When you drag it out into the batch schematic, you get the compass in its default size, and you can drop it anywhere in the flow graph. When you release the compass, it automatically asks you to give it a new name. Or you can press Enter to accept the proposed text entry. Now you can manually grab the edges of the compass and stretch it to the size you want. However, there are better ways to add the compass more efficiently. Press Ctrl Z to undo the compass creation. You could double-click on the compass node. This changes the tool mode to Draw Compass. You could also just toggle to Draw Compass in the Tools pull-down menu. Both methods give the same result. Now you draw a compass to any size you want. But even quicker than that is the use of the keyboard shortcuts. Without even looking for the node in the node bin, you can hold C and drag a rectangular selection over the nodes you want to add to the new compass. That's so quick to do. As a great tip, there is a difference between hitting a keyboard shortcut and holding down a keyboard shortcut. So in the case of creating a compass, hitting C explicitly changes the mode to Draw Compass. You would draw your compass, and then you would have to manually switch back to select mode. However, if you hold C instead of pressing it, the tool switches to Draw Compass, and you can draw the compass. But as soon as you release the key, the tools automatically switch back to the previous mode, which in my case was Select. This allows you to work fast without constantly pressing keyboard shortcuts to manually change modes. This works for all tools in batch and in action. Finally, if you're using the Smoke Classic profile, hold Space V to draw the compass. And for those of you using the Smoke FCP profile, you can press X and draw the compass. Now, regardless of which profile you use, you'll be prompted to name the compass after creating it. Let's call this compass Graphics. In order to change the color of the compass, you can click the color pot at the top right of the compass, and the color picker window will appear. Choose your color and click OK. You will also see that when a compass is selected, you get the compass menu, which will display all the compasses in the batch schematic. We'll look at this in more detail shortly. But I want to point out that you could also change the color using this color pot as well. Now, if you wanted to set a particular color for your compass as the default, just go to the Batch Preferences menu, and under the Preferences tab, you can change the default color when creating a new compass. Switch back to the Compass menu. Now, the rule is, when you select a compass, all the nodes inside the compass are automatically selected. This means when you click and drag the header of a compass, you can move the compass, and all the nodes inside will move with it. If a node is partially overlapping into a compass, that node will not be included as part of the compass selection. The node needs to be completely within the compass's border to be part of the selection. Even when a node is inside a compass, you can still select it individually and move it around. And as I showed you earlier, if you resize a compass by clicking and dragging on its edges, and you include some extra nodes when scaling the compass, the next time you select the compass, it will also select those nodes as well. Now here is a tip. Because the compass is effective as a selection, when you copy and paste it, you will paste a new compass with all of its content. You can also drag the compass selection to the custom node bins. This allows you to create a custom set of nodes within the compass selection. Just dragging the new node will create a new compass with its contents. Now here we come to a very important point. If you want to delete a compass, you need to do it in a specific way. If you just select the compass and press delete, it deletes the compass and all the nodes that were in the compass selection. Just undo the deletion for now. The way in which you detach a compass from the nodes is exactly the same workflow when you pull a node out of a node branch. Hold Meta-Alt and drag the compass off the nodes. This allows you to move the compass individually from the nodes, and if you drag it to the bottom of the screen, you can delete it like any other node. Once again, just undo the deletion for now. Now you can have as many compasses as you want in a flow graph. You can also have them overlap for a variety of reasons. Pan up the viewport to see these two branches. So for example, one branch represents a soft edge key, and the other branch is my hard-edged key. Both branches are combined further downstream using a comp node. So you can use multiple compasses to visually break this down. Hold C and drag a compass over this entire selection of nodes. Call this my key. Go ahead and change the color to make it stand out. Next, hold C again and drag a compass over the soft edge key branch. Call this soft edge and change the color for this compass as well. Finally, hold C and drag a new compass over the hard edge key branch. Call this hard edge and change its color. Now if you need to, you can take some time to organize the compass in the schematic. So if you select the My Key compass, it moves everything, including the other two compasses. You can also select the individual compasses and move them separately from each other. So this is a very flexible way to organize the batch schematic, as well as making sense of why things are arranged in a certain way. Now this is a good time to look back at the compass menu. All the compasses are listed in one menu in Batch, and you can change their name and color as I mentioned earlier. This list also controls the compass priority. So looking at our overlapping compass example with keying, you can see the My Key compass is under the other compasses in the list. If you select it and move it up in the list, it will overlap and hide the smaller compasses. So the compass menu is effectively a layering list with a top-down priority. But I want to point out that the compass towards the bottom of the list have selection priority over the ones at the top. So with the My Key compass at the bottom, the overlapping hard edge and soft edge key will be included when you select it. Now let's add two more compasses and we'll discuss compass navigation. Click the Fit button to fit the entire flow graph to the viewport. Hold C and drag a compass around the third node branch. Call this one Background. Change the color if you want. Finally, hold C and drag a compass over the branch after action. Call this one Final Look. So looking at what you now have, the entire schematic has been sectioned and organized. Now, considering the zoom factor of the viewport, note that the text of each compass remains the same size even if you zoom in and out of the view. So even when working on a massive flow graph, you should be able to use the compass to identify areas of various processes. In terms of navigating the compasses, you have a few options. Firstly, you can also use the compass menu for navigation. So you can select any compass in the list and press the Frame button. This frames the selected compass to the view. You can also do the same by double-clicking on the compass in the list. Alternatively, if you're zoomed out of the view and you're not looking at the compass menu, you can select a compass and press Space F. This keyboard shortcut will frame any selection to the view. So this is not just for compasses. You can use it on any selection in Batch. And as an added bonus, this functionality also works with the nodes in action. Another keyboard shortcut worth remembering is Space A. This shortcut frames everything in the view. Once again, the same shortcut applies in the action schematic. Now, instead of framing the entire flow graph, you can choose to only frame all the compasses. To do this, hover the cursor over the header of a compass and press Meta F. This will select all the compasses and frame them. With this selection, you can press Tab or Shift Tab to cycle through the compass selection. So that's how the compass works in the Batch schematic with a flow graph, and I'm sure you can see its uses. But one last tool I'd like to cover in this video is not part of the compass, but it is certainly complementary, is the Note object. Go to the Batch node bin and scroll to the end to find the Note object. Drag out the Note object and place it within the background compass. Click on the Note text box and type some information for yourself or a colleague. Once you're done, press Enter to confirm the note. As long as the Note object and not the text box is within the compass, the note will be considered as part of the compass selection. You could shrink the text box as well as expand the compass to make things neater, but you certainly have more visual information about your batch than ever before. So that covers the Batch compass, but be sure to check out the other features, workflows, and updates to the Flame 2017 Extension 1 products. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Flame Learning channel for future videos.